I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his.
And I want to walk you through essentially how I report email metrics to the founder to the point where he feels very comfortable leaving email automations on my hand. So this is the tracker that I use. Keep in mind that I've changed the names around so you can't tell what client it is, and I've also changed it around a lot of the numbers too, so it's not obvious who this is from. Oftentimes with a lot of my different marketing roles I've had in the past, it's very like all over the place. It's very scattered. I couldn't really get a sense for how all our automations are doing. We're doing one thing here, one thing there, one thing there, and it didn't feel very centralized. I almost needed like a high-level dashboard to just tell me like how everything's doing and where I should put my attention. And this tracker right here in front of you does exactly that. Here are the metrics for one automation, right? For this example, let's say it's an abandoned cart. Here are the metrics for another automation. So automation number 2, this can be like a welcome series or something, or like some sort of nurture campaign, or maybe a lead magnet nurture campaign, whatever you want to use this for. Here is another automation. And the idea behind this is that on Monday, I'll go in, I'll put the weeks in, I'll put the revenue in, and I'll put the specific nuanced numbers here, which I'll go over in a bit, and I'll put them all in to all the different automations. And then from there, because it's color-coded and it's conditional formatting, I can see, oh, there's a lot of greens when it comes to this automation, and this automation specifically brought in this much money. Okay, and I see a lot of greens. Oh wait, there's a red over here. That means people are not doing this step properly. Interesting. So if I want to increase the revenue here, I should probably investigate this piece of red over here because clearly it's not doing well. All right, now I know where to focus my attention, right? High level, this is the dashboard. It just gives you a pulse for how all your email automations are doing. Before you even get into this, you need to write down in a piece of sheet or like some Google Doc, write down all the different conversion funnels people go through in your marketing. For example, maybe you're running ads to a document on LinkedIn and you have some email nurture campaigns after that. That's one. Maybe you have a type form on your homepage that like leads to a quiz, which then leads to some more email nurture, which then leads to a book call. That's another. And then for each of the funnel, break down the specific steps they would go through in the journey right when they make a purchase. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you have a type form on your website. You can look here, number of people who submitted the type form, number of people who finished a specific step in the type form, number of people who completed the type form, right? And then from there, there's more email campaigns. So then number of sends for all the emails, number of total opens for all the emails, number of clicks for all the emails, and then number of placed orders. And so we basically want to do that for all the different funnels that you have for your marketing. And then over here, I have percentages. So for example, in this case, for this automation number 2, I can see the open to send percentage. So in terms of opens and sends, what's the conversion rate over here? Clicks to open, so what's the conversion rate from clicks to opens? What's the conversion rate from placed order to clicks over here? These are the percentage and the conversion rate between each of the different steps. Another cool thing about this tracker is that I have the averages over here. So you can see the average number of people who, in this specific funnel, submit the type form and start it, the average amount of opens and sends and clicks that we generally get. What's cool about this is that I've also included the conversion rate from the percentage of visitors who submit the type form all the way to the percentage of people who actually place an order. And so I have the average percentage over here, as you can see on this average line. That means for every 100 people that we send to this type form submission, we convert about 0.003% of them. In this case, they wouldn't convert much, but let me actually do the math. Okay, so there's the math. So basically for this specific automation, if we send about 3,334 people to this very specific type form for this specific funnel we have, if we send 3,334 people there, we will generally make 1 sale. And now we can go to the CEO or the other marketing team or whoever is responsible for generating traffic. We can go up to them and be like, hey, we need at least 3,334 people coming to this specific type form for us to generate 1 sale. We have that level of specificity. And when you present that to especially like founders or co-founders, or even when I speak with my client about that, he loves the specificity. And of course, I didn't add this yet, but I'm planning to this week. is adding conversion goals. So maybe if I have a goal over here, I'll write it here. And so every week when I go through it, I can look at it and be like, all right, are we getting close to this conversion goal or not? What I usually do with my client is I go on the Monday call with the team and I open this dashboard up and I present it like this. Last week, we generated this much revenue and this much in MRR when it comes to the software side. The three biggest automations that pulled in the most revenue are this one and this one and this one. This specific automation brought in this much money. This specific automation brought in that much, that one brought in that much. A couple things to note is we are seeing a decline in traffic when it comes to our services pages that leads to our abandoned cart. I'm noticing a trend going down, which is also affecting email revenue. One thing to note for the rest of the team is that can we drive more traffic to the services page? Cool, any questions? And that's usually just enough where it's not taking up the whole meeting, but enough to give them a high level look at, oh, okay, cool, that's how we're doing.